It's time for Myth of the Week.
All right, so this week's Myth of the Week is based on me getting called on a code violation, and this picture is really interesting. I saw it right away. I don't know if you guys look back maybe 2-3 weeks. I did one. If you could run your conductors through the vent, you could see the vents in the red circle there. If you could run your conductors through there, a lot of people don't think it's a real world issue, but to me, when you start running through those vents, then you start causing problems with the UL listing of the transformer. Yeah, right away I saw this and I thought, this is a weird, I don't know if there's an actual transformer that has this setup where it has a terminal bar which looks like a brass or copper terminal bar and then the individual lugs on it. If you ask me, from the way the language is presented, saying that a terminal bar for all grounding and bonding conductor connections shall be secured inside the transformer enclosure, this picture I would say could actually comply. It looks like one solid terminal bar to me.
It
So I don't know that this actual transformer actually exists or it's just some kind of illustration, but the one I did this same exact thing minus the terminal bar, just the actual individual lugs bolted right to the can, and I got called on it. And the transformers nowadays that I've noticed, oh, Mr. G's in the house. Welcome in, Mr. G. You're always welcome, brother. Awesome to have you in the house. But the transformers that I've seen lately, they actually come with a factory bar that's for the grounding. And there is a lot of different ways you could do this. Some people mentioned you could do all the bonding in your, either your supply side panel or your, or your secondary side panel. It says it has to be grounded and bonded. It doesn't matter where. And I kind of did a little thing, like if you see where that strap's kind of, located on the side, that's kind of what I did on mine. And I took all the grounds and kind of came up and turned in the front. And I stayed away from the vents and I made it look real nice. But that's the thing. Basically, this is actually directly out of the code, where dry type transformer enclosures have separate grounding conductors and supply side bonding jumpers installed. Terminal bar for grounding and bonding conductor connections shall be secured inside the transformer enclosure. That's directly out of 450.10 of the 2020 NEC, I believe. And this was the actual code making panel substantiation. I'll let James take it from here.
Yeah. I went and looked at this, and I was looking because you had asked me why they put it in there. And I said, I really don't remember what the substantiation was. And you were thinking about it. And I went back. This was from 2014. And this is before they went over in 2017, started doing first revision, second revision. This was actually report on proposals, and this was submitted by Michael Johnston. And the substantiation, all the panel voted on this, and it was an affirmative 12 panel members that voted on it to accept exactly the way the language was written. So, and I checked, it hadn't changed in the 17, 20, or 23. Okay. So
and I could see this if you have like one of those lugs come loose, that's like your XO termination, that could be problematic, as they say in this substantiation.
Right. And he was just basically saying that the connections of the grounding bonding conductors and dry type transformer closures continue to be problematic and inconsistently made without clear requirements in NEC. And then he said it's very common to see grounding and bonding conductors connected to the enclosure at or over the vent openings in the bottom of the transformer, resulting in a less than effective connections. And then he said, I don't believe these enclosures have been evaluated as grounding and bonding equipment and should not be depended upon to serve as effective ground fault current pass. The requirement for return bar eliminates the inconsistencies and provides needed direction for installers. And that is the substantiation. And the main thing is he thought the equipment itself hadn't been evaluated to be used as a grounding bonding connector. So therefore, he wanted to take and put the terminal bar in, connect it from there, and be done with it. And
Nice.
that would give a much cleaner setup than it was.
Yeah, Juan, you haven't missed much, brother. We kind of talked about the LMS and state, continuing education that James is working on. What James is real committed to try to get back all the gypped code changes that I got from the 2020. So he's working really hard to get it back to me. I know everyone else is waiting too, but his main priority is just get me squared up. So, that's been our little bit of our focus coming through. But no, it's really awesome that I had so much participation on this. I've been hitting like 100,000 every month on the participation, just people checking out the post. And the myth is confirmed that you do have to have a solid terminal bar for your grounding and bonding and a drive type transformer. So
sure